Oh, take two of this week. And when I say take two, I'll explain more. What a start to the new year for the podcast. Hello guys, welcome back to Moore Army Podcast for another week. Welcome back for Moore Army Unleashed version of the podcast. Hope you're all doing well out there. This is take two of the podcast that was recorded. I did record a podcast on Tuesday, but when I get down to sending it across from my device to get it on the computer, to get it edited and whatever else, I accidentally deleted the episode. I know you're probably thinking, you stupid Egypt, you've deleted the episode. So I sat and recorded an episode which lasted well over an hour, and it's deleted. So I do apologise about that. I did record it on Tuesday. I don't know what time did I record it on Tuesday. I can't even remember, but it was recorded anyway. So here I am sitting once again. But it's good this time because I can actually be a bit more free and I'll talk about briefly what I talked about on the podcast on Tuesday, but I can be a bit more free. So I can. So I've just sat down here with a lovely bottle of, I don't know what the hell it's called here, who makes it, but it's bought from the shut store Lidl's pure orange juice, which is going down an absolute treat. I'm trying to keep the old throat nice and clear for the podcast today. But anyway, yes guys, welcome back for another episode of the Moore Army Podcast Unleashed. I think we're on episode 16 now, I'm not too sure. Happy New Year, happy 2023 guys. Hope you're all doing well out there. Thank you for all your support over 2022. As I said at the end of the last Unleashed podcast before we broke off for the new year, I had a lot of yous get in contact with me over the new year. People asking questions and asking me what I'm up to, and honestly, I've had a pretty quiet new year and Christmas too. But we'll get more on that in just a second. But before we go any further, guys, just want to say Happy New Year once again to you all. Happy 2023. Hope you all have a good year ahead of yourselves. I'm hoping to make this year better than what last year was. Last year was one of those years where it was just like one of those ones I'd like to forget. Up and down. Some good parts of the year, obviously, but there was a lot of bullshit involved in 2022, so I'd like to obviously try and forget about that. But anyway, before I go on any further in the podcast today, guys, you always know, or if you're new to the Moore Army Podcast for the first time, I do a little thing here called the housekeeping that obviously let you know how you can contact us and etc. So here it goes. So feeling a little bit more chilled out today, guys. I'm not long back there from a walk. Went out and done a 3-mile walk today. I'll talk a bit more on that in just a second, but I'm feeling a bit refreshed. Just had a nice hot shower, and I'm sitting here getting ready to go to football training. Well, I'm not actually training at football, but I'm going up later on tonight to do some interviews and stuff with the new players that we signed. There doesn't know I work in the Irish League, but I'll tell you more about that in just a second. But anyway, let's get the housekeeping done. So whether you're a regular of the Moore Army Podcast or a new listener, hello, welcome back to the podcast. If you want to get in touch with us about anything at all, what you'd like to talk about, any questions, anything at all, whether it be a birthday shout out, an anniversary shout out, something you'd like to say hello to someone, or whatever, would like you get in touch with us in general, the way you can do it first of all is by email, which is moorearmypodcast@yahoo.com. That's moorearmypodcast@yahoo.com. Do you ever get it when you're trying to talk and you're not going to go to the shower and the heat from the shower sort of catches your breath? Yeah. I'm roasting. Yes, guys, also, if you want to contact us by social media, you can certainly do it on the following platforms. The Moore Army YouTube channel, Facebook page. Just search Moore Army YouTube channel on Facebook. You'll find the page. Drop a like on the page. A lot of people are following the page, don't seem to like the page, which is a little bit frustrating. So if you are a follower of the page, please like the page for me. I would appreciate it. You can drop us a message on there too as well. Or if you want to contact us by Instagram, you can contact me directly on official Matthew Moore on Instagram. You can drop me a mail, or you can check out all our posts and stuff on there. And also the main hub, which It's getting a facelift this week, thank God. We can buy all your Moore Army podcast merchandise, Moore Army YouTube channel merchandise. Check out all the videos from the Moore Army YouTube channel. Get in touch with us. Check out all the videos from Redmond Football Adventures. And we're hoping to add all these podcasts onto the channel or onto the website too as well, which is the main Moore Army hub, moorearmy.co.uk. That's the main place we can get all your merch. And thank you for everybody who bought the merch over Christmas. A lot of you sent me photographs over Christmas with all your merch. Appreciate it, guys. I hope you enjoy your Christmas jumpers and t-shirts and whatever else. And I think I put it, did I mention it in last week's podcast? I remember reading one of the emails. A guy sent me a photograph. Did I say it in last week's podcast? I think I fucking did. The guy sent me a photograph. I did actually. He sent me a photograph of his wife doing her shopping in Primark, whatever you will call it, here in the UK, using the Moore Army Christmas shopping bag. So there you are. They're a bit removed off the store this week, but you can still get the Moore Army YouTube channel shopping bags. They're quite good, actually, quite strong. So they are. So there you are. I have more merchandise on there. Was quite obviously add more during the coming weeks. But anyway, yes, guys. I hate that when you get a shower and you're fucking roasting and it catches your breath, the heat. But anyway, yes, guys, I'm settled down here for I don't know how long we'll be talking for us today. Take 2 of the podcast this week. Can't believe I fucking deleted that episode. I'm absolutely raging at myself. I was talking about quite a lot of things. So I was getting quite in depth of what I was I'm doing with myself as well to improve myself. I was talking about that as well, and they answered a few questions too. So what I've done today before I pushed the record button once again here is I actually went on to the emails that was sent to me and the Instagram message and the Facebook message that I responded to on the podcast. Responded to the people directly and actually sent them an apology as well, apologising. So I do apologise about that. Flipping nightmare, like, it's unbelievable. It was a great podcast too. It was on for well over an hour. Fucking kicking myself. Well, I'll go briefly through what I said on the podcast on Tuesday for you, and then later on in the episode we'll mention the usual stuff, the jackass of the week, answer a couple of questions and more. So we'll get into that shortly. But anyway, guys, yes, it's New Year. 2023 is now here. Can't believe it's 2023. It's like, where has like the last year gone to? It's just flown by so bloody quick. I remember like it was like 2000, like it was yesterday. The Millennium Year. Do you remember that year where they were saying that the computers were going to stop working and planes were going to fall from the fucking sky and the world was going to end in 2000? Remember that, the Millennium? A lot of my younger listeners probably wouldn't remember that, but I do remember it like it was yesterday. I remember standing out the back of Mum and Dad's old family home, which you've saw in the vlog, by the way, a couple of times. Standing there waiting for the fireworks and all to come off, and everybody was going mad and all. Everybody was thinking, oh, the internet's going to stop, and the whole Y2K thing was going to happen. Planes were going to fall from the sky, and the world was going to end, and the world was going to explode at 2000. What a load of bullshit that was like, but hey ho. So apparently they said the world's going to end so many times. It's been all it was 2012 they announced that the world was going to end as well, and we're still fucking waiting for that. So, yeah. But yes, 2023 is now upon us. Oh, what's this year got installed for myself, my family, my kids, whatever else, and most importantly for you, the listener, as well. What's your big plans for 2023? Well, my main one at the moment is to get myself healthier, which I've been starting to do even before the new year started. I think I did say about Christmas time in the last podcast. I didn't do very much and I was in bed early most nights, but New Year's Eve I was in bed for 8 o'clock, guys. Didn't touch a drop of drink. Didn't eat any takeaways or crappy foods. I was lying in bed at 8 o'clock on New Year's Eve night watching TV. I actually fell asleep, and then Lewis came in to me and woke me up and went, Dad, it's 11:45, New Year's coming in. And I was like, okay. So what's happened was the New Year come in, and then I went back to bed. Didn't do fuck all. I just couldn't be bothered this year, guys, after the year that it's been. You know, like I said before, one of the podcasts building up to Christmas, maybe, or it was during the Christmas special, maybe I had a lot of big plans for Christmas and New Year this year, and obviously didn't come to fray, so I was just sitting here because Brooke went off for a few hours to see her boyfriend, and Lewis was upstairs playing his PlayStation, and I was sitting downstairs on my Todd. This is the joys of being a single parent, of course. Wasn't invited to any parties, wasn't invited to go anywhere. Well, I'll tell you a lie, actually, I was invited to go to my friend Chris and Laura's house. Big shout out to those guys. It was at their daughter's birthday party last week. She turned 3, young Erin. Happy belated birthday to wee Erin. She's a cracking wee kid, so she is, and Chris and Laura are good people. Chris is a long time friend of mine from back in the wrestling days, where he used to wrestle for my wrestling company back in the day. I'm actually considering about getting that said to him, about getting him onto the podcast sometime, and he said he'd love to come on. So I must actually try and get him on sometimes for a bit of a chit chat and catch up about old times. That'd be fun. But yeah, they invited me down to their house, but to be honest with you, I was just sitting here on New Year's Eve and I thought, you know something, I can't even be asked this year. Now I know for a fact that my brother was out partying on New Year's Eve. Now he was down in a local bar here where we live, and he ran into a lot of viewers. Now I did mention this briefly on the podcast that was deleted on Tuesday. I want to say it again, guys, for anybody who come up to Tony on New Year's Eve night, no matter what bar he was in, because he was in 2 or 3 pubs or bars or clubs, whatever it was, on New Year's Eve, I want to say thank you to every one of you who came up to Tony and said hello, and were asking for me, and were saying hello to Tony, and offered to buy Tony drink and all too, offered to buy him a drink and whatever else. So some of you were saying that you listen to the podcast, you watch the videos, whatever. So anybody out there who came up to Tony and said hello and whatever else, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for asking about me and asking where I was and stuff. I was just at home. I was being a boring old miserable, could I say, miserable, boring old motherfucker. I was just sitting at home. I was in bed for 8 o'clock. No, a lot of these come up to Tony and said hello. So apparently Tony walked up the road with a couple of them because he couldn't get a taxi. So I didn't actually catch their name. I'll probably be speaking to Tony probably today or tomorrow. So thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you for all your support towards the Mirror Army, and it definitely means a lot. So if I'm out and about, I'm out for a beer or whatever around the area, Bangor, and to see you, come up and say hello and we'll have a beer together. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Really do means a lot. But yeah, I was in bed for 8 o'clock New Year's Eve night. Didn't do nothing. Went to bed. Woke up New Year's Day. Didn't do very much again too as well. Just pattered about the house, being a bored and miserable old person. Just sat about and done pretty much nothing. And then on the 2nd of we just went to football the day after that, which we won again, by the way. We beat the league leaders. Remember there who doesn't listen to this podcast before? I'm the media guy at the Hardenwood Welters Football Club here in Northern Ireland, who play in the league below the Premiership. And we've been on a pretty shit season this season. We've lost quite a lot of games, but the new manager's come in and he's bringing new philosophy, and he's signed a couple of new players. He's freshened it up. He's brought a positive vibe around the club again. And we're winning games again. We won our last 3 games. We just beat the league leaders at the weekend there. Or on Monday, past. 2-1 at home. And then this Saturday we're away to Newry City, which you've seen in my vlog many a time. Newry, been there many a time before they got promoted to the Premier League last year. We're down there this Saturday, so another long bus trip on Saturday to Newry. So a lot of people down there in Newry who actually watched the videos. Some guys actually came up to me, and a couple of times we were playing Newry last year, demanding where that wrestling documentary went to. So I've no doubt running into them this weekend again. They watched the vlogs and listened to the podcast. So yes, guys, I'm coming there on Saturday. Don't you worry, I'll be there. So if you're there, come and say hello. I haven't forgot about you. But yeah, the football's been going quite well the last few weeks, so we've had a good time. I actually put a vlog out from, some clips from Monday. Monday, yes. And then obviously we bit from Tuesday as well there. So Frosty Day in Belfast, it was called. Go and check it out on the channel, guys, if you want to. But yeah, overall, New Year was quiet, guys. Didn't do very much. But the most important thing that I've been doing, even just before, just a day or so after Christmas up until now, and we're now recording today on the 5th of January, so we're on probably about day 8. Are we on about day 8 maybe? Of my change. Where I've decided to basically get myself... I don't really want to go into a whole big rant like I did last Tuesday on the podcast, but I just want to get basic into it. If you follow me on social media, guys, you probably saw I've been posting videos recently of me out trying to better myself and try and get myself and get my finger in my ass and try and get moving and try and improve my well-being, my mental health, and obviously everything like that there by going out for really long walks, stretching my legs, trying to get myself a bit of exercise again, because I'll be totally honest with you guys, since around about March, April time last year, since obviously the breakup with Sandra and obviously other things were going on too as well, I sort of sat around for about 6 or 7 months and just let myself go. And I'm going to be totally honest with you again, like I was on Tuesday. I was just becoming a lazy fucker, and that's being totally honest. I wasn't doing the walks anymore. I was sitting around. I was eating takeaways. I was feeling sorry for myself. And don't get me wrong, I was still working, and then obviously going to footballs and Saturdays and whatever else, and then going on my holiday and all last summer as usual. But and on me personally, I just didn't feel good about myself, and I've just let myself go. And another thing I was doing as well, guys, I mentioned this on Tuesday as well. Years and years ago, when I was a lot younger, obviously, when you're younger, obviously you do these things. I used to smoke cigarettes, and when I was married to the kids' mum and stuff like that, there, she was a smoker, and obviously take wee smokes of hers now and again, whatever else. But I wasn't really a heavy smoker. And then I stopped completely, like, for a long time. I mean, you're talking fucking years, like, before I smoked another cigarette. Maybe one every so often, every couple of years, him having a beer and I go, gets a draw of your cigarette. But I wasn't really a really big smoker. But then when obviously I was with Sandra in my last relationship, she was a smoker too as well. I was always taking me smokes of hers and whatever else again. I'm starting to fall into that slump again. And then around about April, May time, I started smoking the odd cigarette again. And then for the last couple of months, I've just obviously started buying packs of cigarettes and starting to smoke again, which is not me. And it's not me, and I'll be honest with you, you know what I mean? So I smoked my last cigarette on, let me remember, Boxing Day? No. Boxing Day. And that was me done. I threw them away and I haven't had one since. And I'm not going to. See, I'm one of these ones that I can quit if I want to. And I'm one of the lucky ones, and I can do it, and I have done it. How I knew, guys, why I was smoking too much again and obviously becoming so lazy as well, and myself too, was whenever I was recording my vlogs over the last year. Whenever I'm recording the vlogs, I can actually hear myself in certain clips breathing, and that's not a good sign. I was thinking to myself, Jesus, I sound like I'm on a fucking respirator in a hospital bed, or I'm sitting going, no, that's not me. I'm overweight. I need to get my finger to my fucking ass and start walking again, like I did a couple of years back when you used to see me like out in coastal. Like, even before I met Sandra, I used to be out walking all the fucking time. Like, me and the kids were out around the coast and doing different walks and days out and traveling and constantly on the go. And then I look at myself now and go, you lazy son of a bitch, you need to get up now and get your finger to your ass. Because I'll be honest with you guys, when my marriage ended in 2013, I went through a bit of a bad situation where I was suffering from depression, and obviously I don't even know I've admitted this in the vlog before, but when my marriage ended, I ended up with nothing. Like, literally, I ended up on my brother's sofa with fuck all, like not even 2p to rub together. I was unemployed for the first time in my life. I had no home, I had nothing. I wasn't even hardly seeing Brooke and Lewis either, and I ended up with zero, and I had to try and rebuild myself again. I was suffering with really bad depression and anxiety and whatever else, and I had to pull myself out of that, and I did. But the last couple of months I've been sort of slipping and sloping down that, not towards that road again, but sort of felt myself thinking, right, no, that's not happening again. I'm not falling down that road again. So I got up over the Christmas period. I looked myself in the mirror and went, right, you fucking arse, get up now. Wake up and stop being who you are and get up and be your old self. Okay, you're a bit older now, obviously, but you need to get up and give yourself a fucking shake and stop being lazy and get up and go back out and do your walks again and be yourself. Feel good about yourself. Go out and meet new people. And obviously come outside your comfort zone. Because I'll be honest with you guys, the last couple of years I've sort of kept my circle very, very small of people who I consider real friends. I don't really bother many people, to be honest with you. I know obviously I meet all you guys out in the public and things like that there, which is great. You know, and I love meeting new people, and I love meeting new faces, and hearing people's different stories and meeting everybody. I just love meeting new people. But you know, personal friends and whatever else, my circle's very small. I mean, I'll be honest with you, my fucking circle is just literally me, mum and dad, Tony, and me and Tony's kids, like Brooke and Lewis and his daughter Amelia. That's it. That's all who I keep in my little circle at the moment. Because obviously over the years where, you know, people use you and backstab you and whatever else, and in this world it is, I find very hard to trust people these days because the way the world is right now, it's all fucked up and messed up, and people are wired to the moon, as I've talked about on this podcast many a time. But the point is, I keep my circle very, 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 very small. And don't get me wrong, yes, I know people where I live, like my neighbours and things like that there, which I talk to and whatever else, and they're lovely people and all, and not a bad word to say about them. But the point is, I keep myself circle small But just recently, I've just let myself slip down that slope where it's like, right, that's it, Matthew, it's time to get up and give yourself a fucking slap. Wake up and get up there. And the problem was as well, guys, it was the whole comfort eating crap. I was eating takeaways 2-3 nights a week. I wasn't cooking food properly like I used to, and it was like, right, no problem. So I've got up before Christmas. It was the last. I had a proper meal on Boxing Day, as you saw in the vlog. I had a lovely, healthy chicken thing at the family meal, and if you haven't saw the vlog, go and check it out on Boxing Day. It was a great meal. I didn't drink any alcohol over Christmas. I had a couple of beers on Christmas Eve. So what I'd done was I contacted a friend of mine who's a personal trainer, and I said to him, listen, I know we're friends and all, I'm not going to go to the gym just yet. I want to get a bit of weight off first. Because I carry, as I said to you before, guys, on my YouTube channel, I carry a lot of injuries because of my wrestling days, where I have a neck injury, a back injury, a hip injury. So what I thought I would do is, after talking to him, was get a bit of weight off first and then finally go to the gym. Because I'm trying to walk and try and progress slowly instead of just running to the gym saying, new year, new me, go to the gym, blah, 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 and then I end up injuring myself. Because I've got bad hamstrings as well, which I'm waiting on an operation for too as well. So I'm trying to slowly but surely, by cutting back all the crap, no fizzy juices, no more energy drinks anymore, just eating meals a day, have one cheat day a week, which I'm allowed to, which is actually funny enough today, Thursday, hello, which is great, because normally on a Thursday I would meet up with Tony and have a few beers and chill out and whatever else. So Thursday, because I don't really do much of the weekends, guys. I really don't, unless I'm at football, or I'm away watching Liverpool at weekends, or I'm away for a weekend away or whatever. So I've decided that Thursday's my cheat day, where I can, you know, I'm not going to go mental. I'm not going to have chocolate or sweets or crap. It just means I can have a beer and chill out, and then the next day I can go out and walk all that crap off and eventually, you know, I was just told as long as I cut the sugary shit out, the likes of the sweets and the chocolate and the energy drinks and the Coke and another thing too as well, guys, is my sleeping pattern. I have been a horrible sleeper for years, and I mean fucking years, and I mean well over 20 years. I've been a horrible sleeper, and even in my last relationship, I was told, you know, you're a night owl, you need to get into a sleeping routine. Sleeping's key for you, and I never listened. I was just so used to being a night owl or going for like 3 or 4 hours sleep, and then getting up the next day and drinking a tin of Red Bull and getting on with the rest of the day. But since I've started to change this last, 8-9 days, guys, the sleep I've been having is unbelievable. I know you're probably saying, fuck, it's only 8 or 9 days. But see, whenever you completely go like cold turkey and like decide to think, right, this is it, time's up, I need to get, and guys, honestly, like Christmas night, I was in bed for 8 o'clock. Boxing night after the meal, I came home and went straight to bed afterwards. I was in bed for 8 o'clock, but I was sleeping for about 10. New Year's Eve, I was sleeping for a couple of hours, then I woke up, seen the New Year, and back to sleep again. Slept till 11 o'clock the next morning. And then New Year's night was the same. And every night I've been going to bed at an earlier hour. And you know something? I feel so much fucking better for it. And I know it's going to be a long road where it's going to take time to get, obviously, the belly off me and the weight off me around my face. Because I've noticed even in the vlogs, guys, you can see it around my fucking face. You know what I mean? I look like a big fucking whale. And I'm being honest, I've put a lot of weight on. Since April, I've put on about 2 stone, and I need to get rid of it now. Because honestly, I don't want to be dead by 45 with a heart attack because I've ended up not looking after myself. You know what I mean? I really want to get up and live my life, and I want to be able to see my grandkids one day if Burglars ever have kids. You know what I mean? I want to be able to see grandkids, and possibly one day maybe great grandkids. But we'll just have to wait and see about that. But the point is, I always have a thing where I mentioned this on the podcast before, and I mentioned it on my YouTube channel, where I always have a thing in my life. It's called a come to Jesus moment. I mean, I'm not a Christian, hence I do it on these podcasts. I swear, you know, I drink a few beers. You know, I ain't no Christian. I believe there's a God there somewhere. I have friends of mine who are Christians. Hell, one of my neighbours is a Christian family too, and you know, I've no issues with the guy who we go to football with on the Saturday. He's a Christian guy, and he's one of our good close friends. You know what I mean? And I have chats with him about the church and whatever else. I have no issues with Christian people whatsoever. But I have a thing I always call a come to Jesus moment, where you sit and think, right, it's time to get your ass out, a finger out of your fucking hole and get up and move. And I had that over, even just before Christmas. I was sitting there one night thinking, and it actually nearly brought myself to fucking tears because of it, guys, because I wanted to get myself sorted. Because I've really let myself go. So that's what I've been doing. I've been getting up, and I've made a plan with my friend who's a PT. 3 days a week to start off with, a couple of miles of walk a day, come home, rest up, just get plenty of sleep, and no more sugary drinks, no more Red Bulls, no more Monster drinks, no more Coca-Cola, nothing like that at all. And if you're feeling a bit tired, have a cup of tea, have a cup of coffee, drink plenty of water. What's I've been doing? And don't get me wrong, the first few days I was craving a tin of Monster, because recently I've been drinking a lot of Monster to keep me awake. And the last couple of days, first 2 or 3 days, it was horrible. I was craving it so badly. And again, as I said, it's only been, 8 or 9 days. And honestly, the first couple of weeks are going to be hard. And they are hard the first few, nearly, just over a week or so. It's been hard. Tempted to walk in and just lift the cleared all the crap out of my cupboards before the new year. And the kids still have tubs of sweets and all from Christmas, and I've been tempted to walk up when they're not here and grab a big handful of sweeties and just sit down with a cup of tea and eat them all, but I haven't done it. And I'm not going to do it, guys, because I want to sort myself out. I want to lose weight. I want to be healthy. I don't want to obviously go from where I am to like being a wee complete stick insect. I want to just be healthy, and I want to be able to, because I know for a fact that my injuries are getting worse too at the minute too, as well, as I said about my injuries I have, and they're even worse to walk with because of the weight. And that's why I've decided to get my finger in my fucking ass and move, and that's what I'm doing. So in closing, I've been posting stuff on social media. I'm keeping a diary. I've said about it on the vlog. I'm saying about it on the podcast here as well. Like I said before the new year on the last podcast, I've given the responsibility to the Moore Army, you the listener and the viewer of the YouTube channel, and also my kids, that if I decide to fall off the rails, whatever, and they ever see me on a non-cheat day with something I shouldn't be either eating or drinking or doing whatever, come and rip my balls off. Like, if you don't see me posting 3 walk videos a week for the first month or so, you need use the Moore Army. I'm giving permission to come on to me and literally rip my balls apart and scream at me and tell me, get up off your ass. You need to get healthy. And this is what I'm doing. And this is exactly what I'm doing. So, yes, I'm giving my responsibility to the Moore Army and to my family to basically keep me going what I'm doing. But I am, as I said, I was speaking to my friend about this wee plan I have. I'm not going on any strict diets or nothing. I'm just literally cutting the shit out. The likes of the sugary stuff and all that, just cut it all out. It's going to be hard for the first few weeks, but eventually when you start walking and feeling good about yourself again and getting plenty of sleep, then your body will start to change and your body will get used to it. So that's basically, because I done it, guys, in 2013. When my marriage ended, I lost 4 stone. Like, literally, just like that, I lost 4 stone. The weight just fell off me because I was walking every day, and I was walking miles every day because I was unemployed at the time, but I was also helping out down at the local radio station where I was a radio presenter, which I've done radio shows live on a Tuesday and Thursday. I've done a football show live on a Monday night. I done a podcast which was broadcasting on there too as well on a Monday night after the football show, and I was also helping out at Bangor Football Club at the time whenever they were getting the new 3G pitch down. I was down helping out doing painting around the stands and cleaning up the ground while the 3G pitch was laying down, so that was keeping me active. So I lost a shitload of weight, and I wasn't eating a full meal a day. And that's whenever I ended up having my, breakdown, and where I just ended up suffering with a lot of depression and stuff, and obviously I just had to pull myself out of a fucking hole, which I did. But the point is, guys, that's what I need to do this for me. I need to do this to make myself feel better, and also look better, and be more active again, and most importantly, just overall for my own health and my own mental health too as well. Because when you're sitting around, guys, and you're feeling sorry for yourself and you're eating and you're comfort eating and all too, it affects your fucking head. It does screw your head up. So that's why I'm doing this, and I want to obviously take everybody on my journey with me. So keep checking my social media pages for updates, and if you don't see an update at least 3 times a week from walking, come and kick me in the ass. So I post videos on Facebook, which is the Moore Army YouTube channel Facebook page, and my own Instagram, Official Matthew Moore. I did post a YouTube short on the first day on the YouTube channel. I might start just doing normal videos and posting them on there too as well. Every day I'm out walking. So I know obviously walking's just a start, But eventually when I drop so much weight, then I want to eventually turn that into running, which I've never done before. The last time I ever done running was like wrestling days and football when I was a lot younger. So once I get the belly off, then I want to try and move out into maybe a bit of jogging, a bit of running, trying to build the strength in the muscles in my legs. Because again, I am waiting for an operation on my hamstrings. I am due a hamstring operation very, very soon. I think I've mentioned that before, I'm not too sure. But I have really bad hamstrings for over 20 odd years and they need to be operated on. So I don't want to obviously get too in depth yet until obviously the operation's over, but I'm rebuilding the muscle in my leg again. So that's obviously the plan going forward. But there you are, guys. Sorry for ranting on again, but that's just basically new year, new me. Hopefully. I know people say it all the time and they fall away after a couple of weeks. I need to do this for my own mental health, how I feel about myself, and most importantly, my fucking kids. I don't want them sitting there seeing their dad putting on 10, 12, 20 stone, whatever, and he's sitting there like fucking 30 stone whale on a sofa, stuffing his face and smoking 20, 30, 40 cigarettes a day and being dead by the time he's 50. No. By the time I'm 50, 55, if I have any grandkids by then, I'm going to be able to take them to football and take my grandkids to Anfield and go and have fun with them and go to the park and go on holiday with them and have a good time with them, instead of them coming to visit me fucking dead in a cemetery because I died too young because I wasn't looking after myself. So that's my plan, guys. But anyway, moving forward, sorry about the rant. That's just me personally. I'm just trying to get myself feeling better. But yes, as I said, I recorded the podcast the other day for I sat down today and I did do Tuesday's podcast unscripted, and I've sat down today's unscripted as well. And it's like, what am I going to say? I'll talk about things I've talked about, whatever else, because I'm trying to squeeze this in today before I just come back in from my run there, or not my run, sorry, my walk, my run. Fuck, I wish I could run. Back from my walk, had a shower, and I'm just sitting down here and I'm thinking, right, I'll get this pure orange juice. I'm still trying to figure out how the fuck do you pronounce this name. Is it Natcheries or something? It's in the German shop, Lidl's. I'll tell you what, it tastes fucking good. It's good shit. Here's to you. Yes, New Year, new you. But here, one thing I wanted to talk about on the podcast today was millionaires and like movie stars and celebrity sports people out there. The amount of money these motherfuckers get, it's unbelievable. There's the other day, Cristiano Ronaldo has now signed for, is it Al Nazir or Al Nazir? I don't know even what's that Saudi Arabian league. I know they're in FIFA 23 because there's a team called, is it Ali Ali or whatever they're called, and I always play them when I play online against Tony when he's playing FIFA with me online, or I play against Lewis, and he hates them because there's a couple of nippy midfielders in there. It's really, really quick. But apart from that, I don't know much about the Saudi Arabian Football League, to be honest with you. But Ronaldo apparently signed for them, and he's earning, apparently, was it €10 a second or something he's getting? 120 million a season. Like, what the fuck? Like, seriously, why 120 million a season? And it's not even just footballers. Celebrities alone, like making TV series and movies and whatever else, the amount of money these people are getting now is absolutely insane. You know what I mean? At the minute, guys, I'm watching a box set. Well, yeah, I'm obviously watching it at the minute, which I used to love. I haven't watched it for years. Pops up on TV now and again. I like to watch it, but I'm going back through it again to watch it all again. 2.5 Men, Charlie Sheen, who was then, he done the first 8 series, and then obviously he had his whole big breakdown. Probably remember back a few years ago where he fell out with the creators of the show, and because of his breakdown that he had online where he was the famous catchphrase winning and all that there, and then he was replaced by Ashton Kutcher, and the series has been on for, I think it was 12 series it went for, and then they finally finished it. But I was just reading about it the other day. I was doing a bit of research obviously about celebrities and stuff like that there, and I thought to myself, I wonder must Charlie, I had a rough idea of what he was getting. But I thought to myself, I wonder if I should double check this and see. Do you know towards the end, I think it was the last 4, maybe 5 seasons he was doing that show, he was on nearly $2 million an episode. Like $2 million an episode. And each series had 24 episodes. Like that is fucking insane. It's like 48 million a fucking season. Then obviously the taxman has been cut too, like. But then you look at other people that like some movie stars. Like the highest paid actor in the world right now is Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. I obviously watched him as The Rock when he first came into the wrestling days. As you all know, I'm a big wrestling fan from back in the day since I was like 4. But the amount of money that guy's on to as well. I mean, he's the highest paid actor in Hollywood now. And some of the like another one, for example, Friends, the TV series Friends. Now that program ended in 2004. Okay, and the last couple of seasons, maybe 8, 9, and 10, maybe seasons, they were getting $1 million an episode. $1 million fucking dollars. Like what the? $1 million for one episode. Now, the American series is normally around about 20, 24 episodes, depending, because they're normally like 20-minute show or episodes, unless they're a TV series that lasts for an hour an episode, which then they normally cut it down to like 10 episodes, which is 10 hours of viewing, which is quite a lot. But you think about it. Excuse me, I'm just repeating to me. If you're getting $1 million a fucking episode and you do 24 episodes, that's $24 million you're getting, or £1 million, whatever the fuck you want to call it, an episode, which is insane. But then you go on to that there and they're like, look at sports people. Now, I mean, I remember whenever I was watching football growing up as a young boy, and like I watched there recently, Matt Letizia. He said he was on at Southampton, £4,000 a week. $4,000 back in the early 90s was like fucking mega money. Like I remember whenever Alan Shearer signed for Newcastle for £15 million, like £15 million back in 95 or 1996 he signed for Newcastle. And like he was on about, I think it was about 20 grand a week or something like that he was on back then. And that's nothing compared to players now. Obviously, times change and the economic climate changes and everything gets more expensive as the years go on, and obviously inflation and all this here. Like, but some of the money players are getting now, like Kylian Mbappe, who plays for PSG and France, £1 million a fucking week, and he's 24, 23, 24. What the like, seriously, for that type of money is absolutely fucking insane. Like, want to give me £1 million a week for doing a podcast and a YouTube channel? Bring it on, please. I would love that. I would love that type of money. But the point is, I mean, I just wanted to talk about that today here on the podcast. I mean, like, that type of money is just absolutely insane. And you know, it's just, what else would you say about it? It's just complete baffling. But I mean, your man Ronaldo, the amount of money he's getting is just, I think it's, how many million is it? It's 1 million a week, or 2 million. There's 52 weeks in the year. That's 100 and, I know what many million is he's getting. But I watched the big unveil of him there, and he's coming out and he's, I'm happy to be here. And did I see online he actually said South Africa instead of Saudi Arabia? Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. But I mean, like, some of the fucking money and boy, I mean, the actors as well is just, you know, and not even just actors, I mean, all types of celebrities. Don't get me wrong, I mean, I'm on YouTube, people say to me, oh, you're a big celebrity, and I ain't no fucking celebrity, I'm just a normal guy from Northern Ireland who makes YouTube videos. And when people come to me and say, I love me, want a picture and stuff, I'll never say no to them. But I always get asked this question all the time, like, what would you do if you woke up tomorrow morning and you had £50 million in your bank? What would you do? I'd say, I wouldn't fucking change. I'd obviously move house and move away. I'd have a nice house out in the country, nice car, pay all my debts off, whatever else, make sure my family's sorted out, make sure there's money there for the kids, for their first home, whatever. Buy mum and dad a wee bungalow somewhere out of the way, nice and quiet, sort my family out, whatever else, and then obviously live off the interest and stuff. I mean, I wouldn't go bonkers like some people do, but no, it's just, I just wanted to bring it up today. Obviously, the story going through the headlines is obviously Ronaldo signed and he's on all this big money, and I'm just sort of going, really? It's like, it's unfriggin' believable, so it is. But here's another thing too as well. This has been popping up in the news the last couple of days. We're talking about this the other week. This bloody fucking clamp at Harry and Meghan. Apparently Harry's done an interview for ITV recently, apparently, here in the UK. I don't even watch it. People keep asking me, he's keep emailing me all the time, especially more female keep asking me, saying to me, have you watched the Harry and Meghan thing yet? Guys, I told you this 2 weeks ago. I switched it on for the first 10 minutes of the morning it launched, and I felt like I was lying on a dentist chair without fucking pain relief, and the dentist was pulling my teeth out with fucking pliers. I can't stand Meghan Malarkey or Meghan Markle or whatever the fuck her name is, or what's her last name now? I don't know what the hell you call her. I just can't stand her. She's a drama queen, and everybody who I've spoken to recently in person and also online have all said the same thing. They don't like her, and they think that Harry is better off without her. But it's just things that popped up on the news again today, all over the internet today again. You know, now Harry's accusing William of a physical attack. Like, what the fuck? Like, I seen a clip on TV this morning before I went out from a walk today, and it was saying, you know, he turned around to him in the interview and asked him, you know, do you have respect still for the monarchy and all that there? And he went, oh yes. Do you believe in it still? Oh yes. But he's out there fucking slating them. Really? Like, why are you... I don't know. It's just absolutely insane. But here, another thing I wanted to bring up as well. I don't even want to talk about this anymore, because when I was talking about the crazy woman around to the other week at the shop, when I was down at Donegal the other week, the mainstream media are now starting to try and scare the shit out of people again. With COVID's back again, guys and girls and ladies and gentlemen. They're trying to scare us again. Lock up your homes, put the shutters across your window, put on your 50 masks and your gloves and whatever else, and lock yourself away from the fucking world, because the mainstream media are now announcing a new variant of COVID. It's COVID variant XBB.1.5.89.64, whatever the fuck you want to call it. They're now saying there's a new variant of COVID. A new COVID subvariant is causing some concern, where it's spreading quite rapidly, and we're going to have to lock down again. All over the BBC and ITV and all the other main sources are like to scare the shit out of us. So be warned, they're wanting us to lock down again. Really? Unbelievable. It's like, seriously, what in the actual... Like, I was watching something this morning on Facebook. I stopped off for a bottle of water today on my walk, and I had my AirPods in, and I switched on, I turned my music off and went on my phone. I was flicking through Facebook, and somebody had shared a Stephen Nolan post of the Stephen Nolan show on BBC, telling people to wear masks again. Really? Stick that fucking mask so far up your ass. Really? I am... everywhere I've went today, everywhere I've went on, every social media source, all I've seen is this new variant of COVID, and people need to stay at home if they're sick, and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, keep lying to us and talking bullshit to us. Say whatever you want. I don't really care anymore. And I probably get a lot of hate for what I say here, like, but I really don't give a shit. I have my opinion on it all. Guys, if you're sick, you're sick. What was the world like before all this bullshit? I don't know, I don't want to bring COVID up again on the podcast, but it's all over the news today again. We've got a new variant. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Lock up the walls, lock your house up, stay at home. And I'll be getting people to stay in the house now for the rest of the winter. Unfucking believable. I actually just do give up in this world. I really, 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 really do. What's next? Like, seriously, what are they going to do with this next? Are they going to... I don't know. I'm not going to talk about it no more. I'm not going to put any more dampener on the podcast today, guys. I do apologize. But before I go on to the question... I'll actually do Jackass the week after the questions. I'll do some questions first. So I will. I'll go through the emails here first of all. I'm prepared today with the laptop in front of me. I've got them here in front of me. So I'll go through a couple of... answer an Instagram message as well. And also, I'll have a look through the Facebook page as well. Before I do Jackass of the week. Got a good one this week. So I have. Right, let's get into some of your emails, guys. Sorry for putting a bit of a dampener on the podcast there, but it's just like... just when I stopped today and I went in the shop and a bottle of water and I turned my music off my AirPods and I was just listening and I was just reading. And I was leaning against the wee wall and I just flicked through like Facebook and whatever else and I saw that new COVID and I'm just like, fuck me. It's like, no, really, go away. Just no, it's not happening. Anyway, let's get into a couple of your emails here before I go on any further. In fact, yes, here's one here. Here we go. One here from Tracy. Hi Matthew, love your podcast, love the YouTube channel, been a fan of your channel for over 3 years. Could you possibly wish my husband Gordon a 50th happy birthday? next week. We are hoping to plan to do something very special for him, but we're not telling him just yet. As we all know, he listens to your podcast too as well on his way to work. Could you possibly give him a big shout out for next week if you get this email in time? Love all your work. Happy New Year to you, Brooke and Lewis, and all your family. Love the show. Well, thank you very much. So, Gordon, you're 50 and you listen to me. Are you mad? I'm kidding. Didn't even say where you were from to. Oh well. Happy birthday request. I guess it's actually is this the first birthday request I've ever done on the podcast? I'm not too sure, is it? Ah well. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Gordon. Happy birthday to you. Have a good one. 50. I'm not too far behind it myself. I'm 42 this year. I'm feeling old. Nah, I'm only kidding. Happy birthday. Hope you have a great birthday. Hope you get spoiled rotten. And yes, have a great birthday. Enjoy yourself. 50's a milestone. Listen, the old saying goes, life begins at 40. Life only begins at 50. 50 is not an old age anymore. I keep telling my mum this all the time. My mum's what, 62 now? But my mum comes from a generation when you get to 60, you're an old age pension and you're ready for the fucking knackers yard. That's my mum's attitude in life. I'm like, Mum, 60-year-olds are now still jumping out of fucking airplanes and climbing Mount Everest and travelling around the world and flying around in helicopters and doing different things for the first time. Mum's generation, when you were 60 years of age, you were automatically an old age pensioner. You're ready for the fucking knackers yard. So you're 50. You're still young. Get out there and live your life. Have a bit of fun. Happy birthday, Gordon, from everybody here in the Mirror Army. So everybody wants to wish you a happy birthday. Have a great, great time, and I hope your partner and your family spoil you rotten. And thank you for taking your time to listen to the Mirror Army podcast. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. I salute you. Happy birthday to you. And here's to many more birthdays in the future. Have a good one. Right, let's get into our email here. Right, let's see. Flip me, guys. Honestly, you have to keep torturing me every week now. I love it. I love listening to all you guys. Right, one here from Damien. Damien, that reminds me of Only Fools and Horses. Del Boy's son, Damien. Haha, nice one. Hi Matthew, love the podcast. Just a quick question. What is your big plans for 2023? I get asked that every time. I'll just explain what I'm doing for 2023. That's just what am I doing for 2023? Well, there you are. Love your YouTube channel. I'd love to know what your favourite YouTube video has been making of all time. I know you've been on YouTube for 6, almost 7 years. I've been a fan of your channel for just over 4. What has been your most favourite video to ever film? Also, I'm glad to hear you managed to get your channel back after your channel was hacked a few weeks ago. Love all the work. Happy New Year from Damien. Well, obviously I've told you what I'm doing for 2023. I think I've answered this question before about my favourite video. There's that bloody many. I've another couple of hundred still to re-release again because obviously they're all there and I have to re-release them all again. Again, it's a tough call. I mean, Brooke getting her iPhone that time at Christmas where she cried, birthday parties, special occasions, summer holidays too as well, just wee memories, just all these wee different things that we've done over the years. And it's hard to point out one. It really is, Damien. By the way, how's Del Boy doing? I'm Raquel. I'm only kidding. I'm only winding up with my favourite TV show, Only Fools and Horses. No, it's there's just been so many. And I love most of the videos, and there's obviously been a lot of crap ones too, but no, it's hard to point out a one that actually stands out for me. But yes, well, thanks for your email. I do appreciate it. I'm going to read one more email, and I'm going to go straight into the Instagram. Right, well, here we go here. Right, I've got one here from Stephen. Stephen, where is it? There we are. Stephen is wanting to know, Matthew, I'm currently on Android phone and wanting to upgrade to Apple. I've been looking at the iPhone 12, 13 and 14. I know you put out a vlog last year of your iPhone 13. What is your recommendations on an Apple phone? Sorry, Android, I was going to say there. Apple phone. Here's another one for New Year's resolution for me. I need to start wearing my fucking glasses when I'm reading. Do you recommend I should go to Apple phone or stay with Android? What do you make of the new phone and Apple range? Which phone are you currently going to go with next year? Are you going to upgrade your phone eventually, or are you going to stay with which one you have at the moment? And could you please give me some advice on this? Okay. Strange question. But okay. Well, I'm with the 13 Pro. I mean, I looked at the 14 in Liverpool there recently in the Apple store. I don't really see much of a fucking difference, to be honest. I got bricked the 13 for Christmas. Now, here's what I look at it as, okay? With Apple, you can, obviously, you're very limited to what you can do. With Android, you can do more, obviously, with apps and all those different things and whatever else. But with Apple, I think it's more, you're more safe with an Apple phone and an Apple product than what you are with an Android. As much as I love Android, because obviously you can do different things, you can put apps onto it that you can't put on Apple, vice versa. I think the cameras in Apple are far better, the sound quality is better on Apple too as well. I've never always been an Apple fan, to be honest with you. I've always been mostly on Android, but I love my iPhone 13. I'm not going to upgrade to a 14 just yet, because I don't see much of a difference, to be honest. Apart from there's a new chip inside it that makes it process faster. I'm happy enough doing my vlogs now on my phone. I don't really have a problem with that. But if you are going to jump the Apple, I would recommend going to a 13. Or if you're going to go for a 14, then go for a 14. Because again, Apple keep changing their fucking softwares all the time. Where then it gets to a certain phone where then the newer software then won't work on an older phone and vice versa. And it's a whole big fucking spiel like. But if you're going to go to an Apple phone, I would go for a 13 or 14. That's just a personal opinion. But if you're going to stick with Apple, or Android, sorry, Samsung's probably your better option. But I hope you decide to get a good phone that makes you happy too. Just obviously go what obviously suits your needs and what obviously is good for you. If you know what I mean. So I know it's a bit of a strange one, like, but picking a phone can be quite awkward sometimes. But again, now that I feel I'm kind of spoiled rotten with Apple. That's being totally honest with you. I enjoy the Apple, the Android. I'm getting my fucking words all muddled up. The iPhone 13 Pro Max I'm happy with. Will I ever go for a 14? Apparently they're bringing a 15 out this year towards the end of the year. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But if you're going to jump the Apple, I would go for a 13 or a 14 right now. 12 would sort of stay away from that. It's actually cheaper to buy or go on contract with a 13 than what it is with a fucking 12 or a 14, which is cheaper to go on contract with a 14 than what it is with a 13 or a 12. Figure that one out. Strange. That's what it was whenever I went to the store that I use anyway. The contract was cheaper. But I hope you figure yourself out. I know I'm rambling on a bit more, like I'm probably talking bullshit, like and gibberish to some people if you're listening still. But yeah, if it was me personally, I would go for a 13 or a 14. Anyway, let's get into the Instagram messages. One here from Harley Sterling says to me, sent to me yesterday actually. Hi, seen you at the Belfast Giants game. Love your YouTube videos and keep up the good work. Okay, Harley. You saw me at the Giants game. You should have come up and said hello. Now, I think I said this the other day when I was recording the Tuesday podcast. Guys, if you see me in public, come and say hello. I get messages from people all the time saying, oh, I saw you at the Belfast Giants game. Or I saw you in the shopping centre. Or I saw you in Liverpool, or I saw you in Belfast, or I saw you in town, or I saw you in a restaurant or whatever, and I wanted to come and say hello, but I didn't. Why not? Come and say hello. I love meeting new people. Please don't feel because I'm, well known because of YouTube and whatever else, that you can't approach me. Come and say hello. I'm not going to bite your head off. Even if I'll be honest with you guys, I'm one of these type of people, if I'm having a complete shitty day, and you come up to me and say hello to me and say you love my videos, guys, that makes my day. Like, for example, on the 27th there last month, we were at the East Belfast Derby against Dundela. The Welders were playing, and I was having a really shitty morning. I wasn't feeling good about myself, whatever. And these young lads, I'd say they're probably about what? Did I mention that in last week's podcast? I think I did. I said hello to them. And they come to me and said hello to me, and I went over and I made a point to go over and slap their hands and shake their hands and say, what's up, boys? How are you? And that gave me a lift. So if you look at me and you see me in public and I don't look really, really happy or whatever, and you want to, guys, I could be happy in the shittiest day in the world, but for someone to walk up to me and say to me, Matthew, I absolutely love your videos, or I love your podcast, I love your YouTube channel, whatever. Guys, that's going to make me feel like $1 million again. So please don't ever think that you can never ever approach me because I'm well known. And again, I keep saying this, I don't think I'm a celebrity. I don't think I'm well known. I'm just a normal guy from Northern Ireland who makes videos and makes podcasts. So just don't think you can never approach me, because I get loads of messages every week, like here from Harley saying to me, You know, I saw you at the game and come say hello, come say hi, I'm such and such, nice to meet you. I'd be like, fuck yeah, how are you, nice to meet you. Can we get a photo? Yeah, of course we can. I don't know why people want to break the camera lens on their phone to take a picture of me, like, but you know what I mean? I just love meeting people. So please, even the likes of Hardy, I tell you what, I'm at the game tomorrow night. The Belfast Giants are playing tomorrow night at the SSE Arena, and I'm going to be there tomorrow with my friend. So if you're there tomorrow night at the Giants, I know there's a lot of young ones go to the Giants, a lot of couples and all who knew who I am. If you see me at the Belfast Giants tomorrow night, come up and say hello. Come between door 19 or door 20. That's where I'm sitting. Come over and say hello. I'd like to meet you. Let's have a chat. Talk about whatever, the hockey, football, life, YouTube, whatever you want to talk about. Come and say hello. So I encourage people to come and say hello to me. Because I love meeting new people. That's the best. That's one of the main reasons why I continue doing YouTube, is meeting new people. I know that my circle's small, but I love meeting new people. So there you go. So Hardy, thank you for your message, kid. I do appreciate it. And hopefully get to meet you at the Giants sometime very, very soon. Right, let's have a look here. I've one here from Jimmy. Jimmy on Instagram says here, "Hey Matthew, what do you think of Liverpool's recent run since after the World Cup? They seem a bit leggy and a bit sort of all over the place since the World Cup, especially the game against Brentford where they get beat." I'm just looking my head way back from that message, just laughing. What am I doing? Like, Liverpool are crap at the minute. That Leicester game and all, even two, they couldn't even score. It'd take 2 OGs to win the game. Wants to know as well, when are you back to Anfield again? I'm currently heading to the Chelsea game coming up soon. Are you heading to that game? I'd love to meet you over at the game. Well, I think I've said this before, I'm not back till February. The Real Madrid game. I was going to go to the Wolves game this weekend, but Lewis and I are in the Irish Cup this weekend. We're away with the Welders to Newry. So we hate to miss we would never miss Irish Cup Day. Irish Cup Day is so important to me. But yeah, no, I'm not back to February again. God knows when Lewis is coming back to me again. I'm trying to get tickets for that again. And here's another thing too, guys. I keep sending these all the time. Stop sending me messages asking for tickets. I'm not being nasty or rude about it, like, but people mail me all the fucking time. Matthew, can you get me tickets? Matthew, can you get me tickets? Where do you get your tickets from? Matthew, can you get me tickets? Guys, once they get tickets from one person, I have to get tickets for everybody. And it's hard enough getting tickets from myself. I'm sorry to sound selfish, but I get tickets from myself first. You know what I mean? I know it sounds probably selfish, but at the end of the day, I gotta get tickets from me first. So, sorry, again, people ask me all the time, can you get me tickets? Can you get me tickets? It's a nightmare. Liverpool tickets are like fucking gold dust. So they are. So, sorry guys, I apologise. But thanks for your messages so far. I do appreciate it. Right, I've just realised, guys, I'm sitting here and I'm going to get this wrapped up before I move on. What I'm going to do is tomorrow, I'm going to go through more of the messages on the email and obviously the social media pages and whatnot, and maybe sit down for an hour or two with a cup of coffee and whatever and just reply to a lot more to you, because I got to get on here to the Jackass of the Week segment, guys, and then I got to get this podcast onto my laptop, get it all edited and stuff like that there before I head off to football training tonight. And then I got to head back here tonight, and as I said, this is my cheat day today, so I get to have a beer tonight and chill out and stuff and have a bit of me time. So yes guys, as you all know, we always have this wee segment. This is the first one of 2023. It is now time for the Moore Army podcast Jackass of the Week segment. I just love that donkey. Do you know what reminds me of that? Well, it doesn't sound just like that sounds like a normal donkey. I actually watched a donkey on Instagram, or is it TikTok or Instagram? I think it's Instagram. Just came across it one night scrolling. This donkey called Monty. I think he lives in Texas, and he has this unique way. You know, a donkey goes eon, whatever it is. He's called, was it Monty the Singing Donkey? But when he says it, he goes, he sounds like he's trying to talk to you instead of the normal eon from a donkey. If you ever come across it on TikTok or Instagram, have a look. Monty, is it Monty, Monte, the Singing Donkey? It's quite funny whenever he talks to it, and it sounds like he's broken, but he's not. It's just weird. Anyway, after some consideration, well, not very much consideration, because considering this person's been all over the news, I personally think he was a complete knob end. That's being totally honest with you. But yeah, I thought I would have to make him Jackass of the Week, obviously after everything that's going on over the last sort of wee while, or the last 7 days. You couldn't not pick this guy, because this guy's just a complete bell end, and I don't like him at all. I think he's just a narcissist and a complete twat the way he treats people. Okay, he does speak the truth about some things, but this guy is just a complete moron, and he's just been arrested recently. You probably know who I'm talking about. But anyway, the first Jackass of the Week for 2023 is, can I get a drum roll please? Thank you very much. The Moore Army Podcast Jackass of the Week, the first one for 2023 is Andrew Tate. And you're probably, people out there who don't know who Andrew Tate is. Andrew Tate is a bit of a, they all say he's an influencer, should we say. I watched parts of his interview with Piers Morgan, who's another fucking bellend, who I've said this many a time on the podcast. The guy who tells you to stay at home and lock yourself up during lockdown and stay away from your granny and everybody else, while he flies off at Christmas time with his family to fucking Antigua and has a holiday and is caught at it and doesn't even apologise about it. Or a moron. But anyway, yes, Andrew Tate, guys, is this influencer who he thinks the world fucking spins around him. And lately in Romania, he was arrested for, what was it? I'm trying to get the charges up here. Human trafficking. Also, for what I'm reading today, most of his estate and his cars, especially his car collection, has been seized. He's put down here as a misogynistic social media influencer. He's been banned on every single platform on social media, bar Twitter. For what I was reading, Twitter's full of fucking mental cases anyways. I've been saying that many times. That's why I'm not even on Twitter anymore, because it's full of nutcases and people who are heavily medicated and who hide behind fake profiles and don't have a life and still live at home with their mummy. Yeah, so they do. So yeah, Twitter's fucking mental. Twitter's full of mental cases and people who are just not a full deck of cards. A few sandwiches short of a picnic, a couple of chicken nuggets short of a Happy Meal. Yeah, I would say they're a wee bit sort of cuckoo. But this guy here, who's a complete jackass, who has been arrested recently in Romania, it's probably all over the news. Even a lot of big YouTubers have been coming out and speaking about this guy. Like, for example, recent one, Logan Paul's come out and said Tate's comments about women, some of his comments about women is fucking disgusting. And also we talked about relationships. He says Logan Paul's come out and made a public statement saying that his actions and comments about women in relationships has been named as dangerous. Like, I saw one there on the news the other day where he was saying women should just stay at home and have fucking babies and be quiet and make coffee. Like, that's just ridiculous. Like, he's just a complete twat. This guy seems to think the world fucking spins around him when all he is a complete moron. Now, I've seen some things he's talked about, like with the government and stuff like that, and, you know, well, we all know the government's all fucking full of bullshitters and liars anyway. One or two things he said about them that I kind of agree with, but the rest of his stuff, he's wired to the fucking moon. Like, I saw the other day on the news when he was arrested, they showed video footage of inside where he was arrested. You saw guns sitting there and all this money and whatever else was all over the fucking table. He's been arrested for, is it human trafficking or whatever the fuck it is, and prostitutions and all that there caper, which is just fucking disgusting. The guy's an absolute glue bag. He should be locked up in jail and padded cell jobby with a fucking straitjacket on. A lot of you people have been asking me what I think of Andrew. Even when I was on my live streams, I've seen a few popping up on Instagram. What's my view on Andrew Tate? I think he's a complete tosser, like, but that's just my opinion on it. But that's why I've named him the first Jackass of the Week for 2023. So if you disagree with me, or you do agree with me, let me know what you think. You wanted my opinion? There's my opinion. Only on these podcasts where I can say whatever I want. To a degree, of course, because I don't want to offend the fucking snowflakes where they go away and cry, like a lot of you have been doing over the new year. So you have. I even got people email me over my Christmas vlogs, saying that my Christmas vlogs were offensive. Hi. When take a long walk off a short pier. Anyway, moving on, guys. So that's my Jackass of the Week, first of 2023. Anybody who you'd like to recommend for Jackass of the Week, drop me an email, moorearmypodcast@yahoo.com, or contact me on social media. I'd love to hear from you. Guys, I'm going to head down the road here now because I got to get this quickly put up before I leave tonight. We have a bit of an update actually in relation to moving to TuneIn Radio and iHeartRadio as well, guys. Obviously, we'll still be on Spotify and also here on Apple Music. And also on YouTube, of course. Don't forget the subscribe button if you're listening to us on YouTube right now. Yes, we'll hopefully get more news about that in the coming days. We're trying to get that organised. iHeartRadio, which is another big radio platform, and then on TuneIn Radio, and we're also trying to get ourselves onto the Alexa, Amazon devices. We can go, Alexa, play Mirror Army podcast, or Google Home, whatever you want to call it. We're trying to get that all worked up behind the scenes. It's so hard to do all that when you're trying to balance your job and your kids and everything else and all your other things. It's just a fucking nightmare. I'm not like one of these big YouTubers that have like multiple people working from in a big team. I wish. I really fucking wish. I really, really do. But yes, guys, that's going to bring us to the end of this podcast for today. Unscripted. I didn't have any subjects picked out today. I just thought I'd shoot straight from the cuff. I want to go now to get this up before I go to football tonight for a bit of football training, then back home for a couple of beers and a bit of chill out time. I know there's a bit of football on tonight as well. I think Man City's playing tonight as well, for what I remember. For what I was checking actually the other day, I think is it Man City are playing tonight? I think they are actually. For what I remember checking. I'll just double check here while I'm talking to you now on the podcast here. Football tonight. Nope, they're not. I thought it was. It must have been last night, was it? Could have been. Don't know. Wasn't checking. Well, there are. Chelsea's playing Man City tonight. 8 o'clock. I'll have to watch out with a couple of beers and chill out. Right, guys. Don't forget, before I go, thank you once again for all your support for the podcast as well. If you're new to the podcast, don't forget to email mirrorarmypodcast@yahoo.com. Contact me on social media, the usual sources. As I said to you, tomorrow I'm going to sit down and make coffee and sit down for an hour or two on my laptop and respond to a lot of your messages on Instagram, whatever else. So you may get a message from me tomorrow. So yes, you will. I will respond to a lot of you. I'll do the Instagram on my phone and then I'll go onto the emails and do it on my laptop because I'll go onto my laptop tomorrow anyway. So yeah, I'll be answering a lot of your messages tomorrow. So bear with me. I will get back to you. I will answer your questions. So thank you very much for that there. I do appreciate it. I'm actually going to try in the next couple of weeks, whenever my friend Chris, I was talking about the start of this podcast, becomes free. Obviously got a few things going on at the minute. I'm going to try and get him on as an actual person and guest, like a guest actually sitting beside me on the podcast. So yes, I want to try and get him on for a wee arm. We can sit and talk about our funny stories of like whenever we used to do our wrestling days and our nights out and all with the boys and just have a wee bit of banter and talk a lot of shit. It'll probably be like a 2-hour podcast with me and him. All the stories we'll be able to tell. Unbelievable. Right, guys, I'm going to go here now. So thank you for all your support in 2022. And once again, happy 2023. Thank you for tuning in today. I do appreciate it. I'm going to head down the road here now, and I will see you back on for another podcast on Tuesday. I'll probably be dropping another vlog tomorrow on the YouTube channel. I've dropped one today there this morning, and I'll be dropping another one because I got some footage from the other day where we were out at Tim Hortons. The kids were having some food. I wasn't. I was having a coffee, and then I'm going to be recording another vlog over the next day or so as well. Some really good vlogs coming up in the next couple of days as well, guys, on the channel, so stay tuned for that. I may even do a wee vlog on Saturday whenever me and Lewis are heading off to Newry. So what I might do as well is, I've been running into those guys from Newry down there who come up to me every time that we play against Newry. I may even go up and try and maybe see if they want to jump into the vlog and say hello, because the guys they're big wrestling fans and they love my channel and they are always really nice to me. So I would love to have a wee chat with them, maybe get them into the vlog, because they're good lads and they always have a bit of banter and crack with me, so they do. And they're always nice and friendly every time I see them, whether I'm down there in Newry or whenever they come to Belfast, whenever we play them. So I'm hoping they're there on Saturday and I get to see them again and have a wee catch up with them. So, and don't forget, guys, I'm at the Belfast Giants game tomorrow night, Friday. So if you're about the Belfast Giants game tomorrow night, I will be there in Belfast at the SSE Arena. You want to come up and say hello? I sit between door 19 and door 20, so you want to come over and say hello? Don't forget to come and say hi. I would appreciate it. Right, guys, I'm going to head down the road here now, so thanks for tuning in once again. If you're listening to this here by way on YouTube, please subscribe and share the YouTube channel of the Mirror Army podcast as well. Let's try and get it up to its first 1,000 subscribers. Happy days. Right, guys, until next Tuesday, have a great weekend, enjoy yourselves, and I'll catch you down the road. I'm going to go and enjoy my beer tonight. I can't wait. Do you know I actually have to go to football tonight and interview about 5 or 6 guys and the manager? So, yes, if you want to see my interviews and match highlights, all the stuff I do for Hornmouth Welders, go to Welders TV on YouTube and hit subscribe. Check out all the match highlights and interviews and stuff that I do with managers and players and stuff. It's a good channel, so it is good content. Check it out. I'll be putting videos up over the next day or so. We'll be doing more interviews and whatnot. The joys. Love football. Gotta love it. Right, guys, until Tuesday, have a great weekend. Enjoy yourselves and be safe. And until next Tuesday for the next Mirror Army podcast, which hopefully this time I won't delete. Stupid bastard it was for deleting. Now I can't believe that. Till the next one, guys. See you all soon. See you all down the road. Thanks for listening.